When your cat slowly closes their eyes at you and opens them again, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it looks peaceful, sweet even. But behind that quiet little gesture, there's something most people completely miss. It's one of the most emotionally vulnerable things your cat can do. And if you ignore it, or worse, respond the wrong way, which most owners do without realizing it, you might be breaking a thread of trust your cat has been carefully building for months. Let's start with what the slow blink really means. 1. It's not contentment. It's a choice. Most people see the slow blink and think, my cat is just relaxed, comfortable, zoned out. That's the obvious interpretation. And it's not entirely wrong, but it misses almost everything that matters. Here's what's actually happening. In the animal world, closing your eyes is dangerous. It's a moment of reduced awareness, of lowered defense. Predators don't close their eyes around threats. Prey animals don't close their eyes in unsafe spaces. Closing your eyes, even for a second, is something you only do when you feel genuinely, completely safe. Your cat knows this. When they slow blink at you, they're not drifting off. They're making a deliberate choice to lower their guard in your presence. They're telling you, I see you, and I am choosing not to be on alert because of you. Think about that for a second. This isn't passive. It's not accidental. It's a cat consciously setting aside one of their most hardwired survival instincts, hypervigilance, and doing it while looking directly at you. And by the way, if your cat ever slow blinks and then turns their head slightly away, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that actually means near the end, and it changes how you should respond entirely. 2. Scientists prove this is real, and your response changes their body. For a long time, people assumed the slow blink was just something cats did, a quirk, maybe a coincidence. Then researchers actually tested it. A 2020 study from the University of Sussex, led by Dr. Karen McComb, set out to find out whether slow blinking was a real communicative signal or just wishful thinking on the part of cat owners. What they found was striking. Cats were significantly more likely to slow blink back at humans who slow blinked first. They also showed a measurable preference for approaching humans who had slow blinked at them over humans who had maintained a neutral expression. But here's what the study also revealed that most people don't talk about. Cats who received slow blinks showed reduced signs of stress, lower tension in the body, slower breathing, calmer posture. Your response, that small, quiet thing you do with your eyelids, literally changes their physical state. You're not just exchanging a signal, you're regulating each other. That's not a cat being cute. That's two beings communicating trust across a species barrier, and it works in both directions. 3. It's how they mark you as safe without touching you. You already know cats use scent to mark things they trust. They rub their face on doorways, on furniture, on you. They're leaving invisible messages for themselves. This is mine. This is safe. This is home. The slow blink works on a similar level, but it's the visual version of that marking. When your cat slow blinks at you, especially across a room, they're sending a signal that doesn't require physical contact. It's what behavioral scientists sometimes call a distance-reducing signal. It's a way of saying, I acknowledge you, and you are not a threat, and I am comfortable enough to show you that. In a cat's world, comfort is not freely given. It's earned, it's maintained, and it can be withdrawn. When they slow blink at you from across the room, they're choosing to extend that comfort without needing to be close enough to verify it with their nose. They already know. They've already decided. You are part of their safe world. What makes this even more meaningful is that they do it unprompted. You didn't ask for it. You didn't call them over. They looked at you across the distance and decided to tell you something anyway. Now, before we keep going, if you're learning something new about your cat, hit like and subscribe. That's how we get these videos to more cat owners who want to love their cats the right way. 4. This behavior started with their mother. The slow blink doesn't appear out of nowhere. It has roots in the very first weeks of a cat's life. In the nest, a mother cat communicates safety to her kittens through stillness, through slow eye movements, through the kind of calm that tells them, nothing is coming, you are not in danger, you can rest now. Kittens learn to associate the visual calmness, those soft, unhurried eyes, with protection and warmth. As cats grow and move into the world, that association doesn't disappear. It gets redirected. When a domestic cat slow blinks at you, they are drawing on something ancient, something that was first taught to them in the safest, warmest place they ever knew. They are using the language of early comfort, and they are using it with you. You have become, in their nervous system, a version of that original safety. That's not a small thing. That's the deepest category of trust a cat has. 5. They don't do this with just anyone. Here's what most people don't realize. The slow blink is not a general purpose behavior. Cats don't slow blink at strangers. They don't slow blink at people they merely tolerate. In multi-cat households, they don't slow blink at every cat they live with. Only the ones they've genuinely bonded with. Watch your cat the next time a new person comes into your home. Watch how they hold their eyes, tense, wide, tracking. There's no slow blink for someone they haven't decided about yet. But with you, they don't even have to think about it. That easy, unhurried close of their eyes. That's what chosen looks like in a cat. They've made a decision about you, and they keep making it over and over every time they look at you and let their guard down. This is where most owners get it wrong. They think the slow blink is small, routine, background. It isn't. It's deliberate. Every single time. 6. When they look away after. That's the deepest part. Remember earlier when I said that if your cat slow blinks and then turns their head away, we'd come back to it? This is what I was talking about. You might think a cat looking away is disinterest, dismissal, the moment ending. Here's what's actually happening. When a cat slow blinks and then turns their head slightly to the side, exposing the side of their face, breaking eye contact, they are doing something that takes everything we've talked about one step further. They're showing you their blind spot. They're physically orienting away from you in a moment of open-eyed vulnerability. Direct, sustained eye contact in the cat world is a dominance signal, a challenge. Two cats who are tense with each other hold eye contact. It's a form of pressure. When your cat breaks that eye contact voluntarily, after a slow blink, they are removing any trace of challenge from the interaction. They are saying, I am not competing with you. I am not wary of you. I trust you enough to stop watching you. That's not indifference. That's the highest possible form of feline relaxation in your presence. They looked at you, they told you they were safe, and then they trusted you enough to stop looking. 7. When the slow blinks stop, pay attention. If your cat used to slow blink at you often and suddenly they don't ignore it. Cats reduce or withdraw affiliative signals when something has changed. It might be stress in the environment, a health issue that's making them feel unsettled or uncomfortable, a shift in their sense of security. Sometimes it's something you can't see yet. The slow blink is a window. When it closes, that's information too. If you notice the change, start by looking at what's different. New sounds, new smells, new schedules. Watch their body language more carefully. Give them space without withdrawing warmth. And if the change in behavior persists, a veterinary check is worth it. Pain and illness often show up in social withdrawal before they show up anywhere else. Don't wait. Don't assume it'll pass. Pay attention to the silence the same way you'd pay attention to the signal. So, when your cat slow blinks at you from across the room, eyes soft and unhurried, and then maybe turns their head slightly away, they're not just sitting there. They're telling you that you are safe to them, that you are chosen, that you belong to the small, rare category of beings in their life for whom they will lower their guard completely. That's not a quirk. That's not a coincidence. That's your cat handing you something they don't give freely, and doing it in the only language they have. The slow blink was never small to them. It shouldn't be small to you either.